15 love.
Ball.
15-all.
Tidying up the unforced error count significantly. As Jim said, particularly through the last 3 or 4 rounds, has been frugal in that department. Perhaps compared to some previous runs. No one really, in truth, has got close so far to the Spaniard here in New York.
$15-30.
But he is trying to do something today that he's not done so far in his career, and that is beat this man on this surface.
We've mentioned the hard court meeting at this year's Australian Open. They also played in the Tour Finals at the end of 2023 indoors on the hard. Novak had the win there. And then maybe the best 2 out of 3 set men's match I've ever witnessed in person in the finals of Cincinnati in 2023. Nearly 4 hours of battle. Djokovic somehow eking that one out, 7-6 in the third. It's not been easy, but it's always been the same result on a hard court.
$30-40.
In that semi-final before eventually prevailing. What a match. Only the second time that Alcarez had lost to the deciding set tiebreak in his career.
The Spaniard has an early opportunity to break right here in game 1.
Djokovic
Yes.
able to survive. See him miss those very often.
That was such a key metric when they played it in Australia, wasn't it? The second serve points won for Alcarez was so low against the Novak second serve.
Djokovic, by contrast, won almost 60% of his second serve points that evening.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Shaping up, fellas. Nice little arm wrestle in the opening game. If this is a taste of what's to come, Robbie, we're fair set, aren't we?
No, I've just fastened my seatbelt, Jim.
Advantage, Alcaraz.
Slightly off-pace return, and Serbia mistiming his backhand. There's a second chance early on. And from Murthia. Alcaraz
First game.
right from the start here.
Scratchy start from the 24-time major champion, the missed volley to the open.
Behind those numbers, if anything.
He's been making a high percentage of
Carlos
first serves,
Alcaraz,
but more than that, especially in the ad court, he's had better accuracy to the line than usual. And then he obviously has the assets
Sit quickly behind the
that
players.
to back
Thank
it up
you.
if you don't hit a good return to serve. He's going to punish you.
So obviously been a particular area of focus for a while. We talked about it in the pre-season start of the year. Maybe the fruits of their labor is paying off here this week in particular. It's been very clean. Sergio Garcia back again.
He was here for the quarterfinal win for Alcaraz, and Carlos said on court that they were going to be playing golf together the next day. Carlos has been enjoying his golf on his off days. Travels with his own golf clubs on the road.
Yeah, similar story at Wimbledon. He was up at Royal Wimbledon most off days, I believe.
Before the final, so out there on the buggies just riding around. I think he played a full 18. I'm just wondering, Jim, are there any decent golf courses in this area?
There's one about 20 minutes away, just if you head out on Long Island towards the east side. That's private, and Carlos has been enjoying that one the whole time he's been in New York. There's that accuracy along with the speed, and a nice souvenir for the fans in the stands. 128 miles an hour. That wouldn't bother Novak if he didn't have to lunge for it. He can handle that speed, no problem, but accuracy kills.
Only Nadal, interestingly, has reached the semi-finals by dropping serve just once. Rafa did it twice. Something in the Spanish water.
leads by 2 games to love. First set.
Serve-wise, Jim, do you see him evolving into becoming a server that is looking for freer points more often? I'm not saying that wasn't the case before, but is he going to become a player that, when the targets are better, he's going to get more free points out of his serve?
Well, I think he certainly can. He doesn't lack for speed, does he? He has such a live arm. He can hit it as hard as 140 miles an hour if the conditions are right. Djokovic worked really hard on his serve in his career many times and tweaked his motion and became one of the game's great servers. Very underrated in that department. His accuracy, amazing. Right in the conversation with Federer for accuracy in the last 25 years. Alcarez is not that yet. That should be a good goal for him. Changed his serve a lot, hasn't he? Not just the motion. If you remember when he first came on tour, how often he used to move where he started his serve from around the court. He would stand out in the doubles serving position quite often in the ad court looking for that short angle serve. Hasn't done as much of that as he's gotten more aggressive with his first serve by and large.
I remember on his tackle run here in 2022, Jim, that heavy kicker out wide was a staple in his serving arsenal. I thought he hit it really well. It was a big contributor to his success that fortnight. Seems to have held back on it a little bit more, using the power serve a bit more often these days.
Of course, beat Casper Ruud in the final here. Did Alcaraz.
This is one thing that, especially on first serves, if you hit the first serve tee in the ad court to Alcaraz, he loves to pull it back down the line. And most right-handed servers, when they hit that serve, they're kind of moving a little bit to their left naturally, and that is a very exposed shot, as you just saw. Alcaraz has generated an opportunity to take firm control now.
How well did Alcaraz do it for the turn there as well? To get the ball back with the length that he did. Djokovic's serve has been impressive throughout, but once again, under the pump.
Please, not when the players are ready to serve. Thank you.
Once the point settles just before it's about to start, it is much quieter. Once again, the attention of the spectators fully engaged on the players. Very little chit-chat.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Four-time champion.
Alcaraz leads by 2 games to 1. First set.
with the break here, 2-1. A huge improvement in the points won behind the first serve this week. As a consequence, you look at his season average, he is 10% up here this week in points won behind the first serve on this surface compared to what he has been all season. Which would certainly tie nicely with the discussion we were having.
30-11.
Oh, he's been really cruising, has Alcaraz. Djokovic has been challenged both by his opposition and by his own body at times in this tournament. And it's worrying to see him stretching his neck out there, because that was one of his problems in his earlier rounds. He was seen by the trainer and treated on court for what looked like a neck strain.
Remember from Australia was the unforced errors. Just basic errors on important points. And Alcaraz's backhand is normally so solid. It was leaking plenty. He's kept it nice and tight early doors here.
Is it a slightly different backhand, Jim, from them? Because you were giving us some good detail the other day about that. Technically.
Alcaraz's backhand?
Yes.
He's shifted his motion year on year. It used to start with the racket head much higher up. Think of it as about at his head level. Now it's more hip holster. His two-handed backhand stays lower. The racket head doesn't go up and down as much. It stays closer to the line on the ball. It's more compact. It's a lot like Novak's technique now. Pretty good model.
40-30.
Warmed up with his brother, as he always does. Very, very close with Alvaro. Older brother, a few years. There he is, right in the middle there. Stocky boy. Nice it must be to be able to travel with your sibling as well. And they're as close as they are.
This game's gotten complicated now for 40 love. A couple of loose mistakes.
Yes.
Djokovic looks slow to me. I don't know if that's the moment and he's not relaxed into it yet, but he's not getting to the corners as comfortably as even this season he's looked like. And frankly, the fact that he's doesn't look slower at 38 is pretty much a miracle. Only he really knows. He'll have the data on what his acceleration and deceleration numbers are compared to his apex. He'll know what the deficit is, but he's able to mask it with his anticipation a lot. But it's harder when you're playing such a predator on the other side of the net like Carlos.
No wonder he affords himself a smile. After one of the best passing shots we've seen all tournament.
Yes.
Well, this is jaw-dropping. Signature Djokovic right there. Frozen rope of a backhand. Alcarez appreciating the quality of that strike.
Ball.
Advantage, Alcaraz.
Sadly, from his perspective, he's not able to back it up. And a shake of the head tells you all you need to know.
Alcaraz
24 minutes on the clock
first
after
set.
just 4 games. So getting physical early and also emotional. You can see the investment he had once he got back from 40 love in that game. That backhand down the line, it was insane. But then he missed the regulation returns, which is kind of his calling card, making returns.
Absolutely. If you haven't been to usopen.org, make sure you head that way, because do download the app and it'll keep you up to date with everything that's been unfolding here over the 3 weeks we've had. What a 3 weeks it's been as well.
Love 15.
These doubles champions crowned on here earlier on. Aryna Routliffe and Gabby Dabrowski getting the win.
Love 13.
Are these misses physical from your standpoint at the moment?
Like fatigue, you mean? Or
Yeah, just
no,
just errors, pure errors.
Errors. Tension, and also a little bit of a understanding of what the options on the other side of the net are for Alcaraz.
Let. First service.
Alcaraz is so offensive minded, and Novak wants to prevent that as best he can. And he's playing a little too close to the edge right now. 3 winners and 9 unforced for the champ. And the first serve is okay, but not getting much value at the moment.
Out. 15-30.
Playing his 11th tournament of the year. Here's Djokovic.
And most players have played about double that, close to it, and he's still number 4 in the world year to date. Amazing.
This morning, he is 9 years older than the next oldest in the top 20.
Yeah.
Karen Khachanov. He's 29.
Yeah, it's incredible, and he's going back to number 4 in the world on the basis of this result. As his team looks on.
Yeah, Boris on the left, former Davis Cup captain.
There's a nice ace there. Chance for an easy hold. And was it a fever dream? Or was Andy Murray coaching him the last time these two played in January? Did I dream that, or did that happen?
No, that was... your eyes were not deceiving you. I think it might be fair to say Andy's a little happier on the golf course right now, just for now.
Serbian
that finds Charlie Gomez there. And of course, Charlie was a little bit of trouble in a little while, actually saying, you're not reading the serve. He's not reading the serve. It was the message he tried to get across the line there. Doesn't happen very often, that, does it? A man who's perhaps been the best returner this game's ever seen.
Djokovic's serving playbook there. That was a massive second serve. And also during that conversation, Boris was also just gesticulating to Novak what he needs to do on his serve. Just needs to go up a bit, create a bit more spin here. He was showing him to use the wrist a little bit more to come around the side of it.
Alcaraz's first serve early on has been a little timid, just made 8 of 19 first serves. He's won the vast majority when he has made it.
In the trajectory from the previous two was completely different.
Watch the footwork too, how quickly he got up to take it at the apex of the bounce, taking time away and adding to the destructiveness of that winner.
The beautiful brutality of this guy's ground strokes is something to behold. It's one of the few players that makes contact with the ball with a straight elbow. And of course, some of the biggest forehands the game has ever seen all do that.
Alcaraz leads by 4 games to 2.
Del Potro was in that conversation, wasn't he? A lady who knew a fair bit about winning.
59 majors for Martina across all the 3 disciplines. One of my favorite Martina stats, Nick. In doubles, the least amount of doubles majors she won at a single major was 7.
It's absurd. So when Djokovic plays, he normally likes to sit back and sort of assess the situation instead of just going in full-blown attack mode. But he can attack unbelievably well, and Alcaraz will know that all too well, because that's what happened in Australia. Djokovic got injured. All of a sudden, his forehand speed lifted about 5 miles an hour, and Alcaraz seems to me, guys, to be determined to suppress that option with his outsized attack so far. He is bombing his forehand today. It's much bigger today, Alcaraz.
30-15.
For the tournament, Carlos was hitting 79 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour up today, fellas. And he's got 4 winners on his forehand. And this guy, this living legend serving, looking for his first of the match. Good tactics from the Spaniard thus far, taking it to him.
Small making inroads in a Djokovic service game.
30.
It's just glaringly obvious the number of basic errors that Novak's making. A couple of backhands in his opening service going to get broken. Forehands. No pressure on him whatsoever. And he's not a happy camper, just again having a
Thank you,
conversation
ladies and
with his
gentlemen.
team.
Jimmy Butler in the house. Of course, plays for the Golden State Warriors.
There's the first forehand winner. And Jimmy Butler will likely be in the building he plays in San Francisco in a couple weeks' time when Alcaraz comes across to lead Team Europe for the Laver Cup. That'll take place at the home of the Golden State Warriors, that beautiful new NBA arena out there.
Ball.
Djokovic again this year?
New balls, please.
Well, I would say that's probably a very question. Trying to stay in
Alcaraz
touch
leads
here
by 4
in the
games to
first.
3.
Down a break.
First set. Time.
Value of winning this opening set, significant statistically as well. When you look through both these players, great front runners, of course, before we even get to this significant age gap, but the two of them are 99-1 here at the US Open, collectively, when winning the opening set. This man with an unblemished record. Wawrinka is the one.
15 love.
Who, of course, did beat Djokovic in the final here, having lost the opening set.
Ball.
Novak's going to
love.
need to try and fight fire with fire and lift his forehand speed if Alcaraz doesn't dip and start making a bunch of unforced errors. There's just not going to be an option for the Serb to stay in these rallies otherwise.
Let for service. Love.
Swift hold. Do very nicely. As he takes another step towards securing this
Alcarez
opening
leads
set.
by 5 games to 3.
Great signs for Alcaraz that he's holding serve so far. His first serve percentage is lower than it's been. And he's still hanging in there, doing well defending his second serve when he has to. And that was not the case at all in Australia. He got bludgeoned in that department down under.
Yeah, just 33% in Australia.
Nick and Jimmy are good friend Laura Robson.
Love 15.
Was showing me a stat that said that Alcaraz has never won more than 51% of the second serve return points in his career against the Djokovic serve. Lots of things, just small percentages swinging in his favour. That's all it takes at this level. Margins on paper thin.
Alcaraz today looking for a 7th consecutive final on the tour since the spring. Wherever he's pitched up, he's been able to make an impression. Feel good. A little bit of fortune on the way, but
40-15.
Quick trivia question for those at home listening. Last tournament that Alcaraz didn't make the finals in, and who beat him? I'll give you a point to figure it out. No Googling. Go ahead. AI is pretty good these days. Or you can just have Rob Koenig and Nick Lester tell you the answer because they know it.
Not sure about that.
Since he hit the clay, he's only seen finals, but Novak stays in touch.
Early with the break, he's been able to build on it nicely. Can he put the finishing touches to this opening set?
15 love.
Djokovic did initially. to not just get there, but then produce a quite outstanding lob.
Djokovic sending the fans into a frenzy with his creativity.
Thank you.
Digging into his manual of masterpieces to outfox Alcarez.
Seems
Not
like
too many can do that.
30.
Seems like the fans, Robbie, might be a little bit more with the 24-time champion.
Yeah. When they came out, I reckon it was 55-45 in favour of him. And they can sense he's struggling. They know he's not playing his best tennis at the moment. They're trying to encourage him to find it.
He's done devastation with his forehand cross-court for much of this set, but falters there near the finish line of it. A little window opens for the Serb.
Chance of no
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The players are ready.
Set point. A set that started in the best possible fashion. Ends in the same style. Carlos Alcaraz leads Novak Djokovic here in the first of the US Open semis, 6-4. So Djokovic with a long road ahead of him here. He's got to begin the second.
Love 15.
One of the features of the strategy as Pat Rafter watches on in the opening set was that it was Alcaraz who flipped the script. Normally Djokovic has been the one attacking into the Alcaraz forehand to get control of the rallies in their hardcourt meetings. But in the first set it was Alcaraz doing so much damage with that strategy.
Doing damage from everywhere right now. That was a pass from way downtown. He can't believe it.
30.
Knew where the smash was going. And he made the Serbian pay.
Novak down 15-30, and he's made 3 first serves out of 3 points. Ominous signs. Both of the players are going bigger on their serves today, probably out of who's on the other side of the net, but significant lift in first and second serve speeds.
The best points he's played. I think Alcaraz stretched.
as Novak is coming more than the other 4 semi-finalists. Well, quite a bit, actually. And with good success.
40-30.
75% of his forays forward doesn't get enough credit for how well he volleys. The depth control is magnificent. Great volleyers being able to take pace off the volley like he did there. Something he's done really well. Alcarez 92 and Sinner 87 times, all with good return.
Fault.
And I do think, Jannik, given how well all 4 of these semi-finalists defend, their ability to come in and finish the point off at the net, it's a nice skill to have in your armory.
Without question.
You should have seen him back off and hit a forehand like that from the backhand corner, isn't it? He's the only guy of the 4 that's hit more backhands and forehands here at the US Open. Does tend to be the way, isn't it? For him?
Is this a dip from Alcaraz? It's not unusual historically for him to start a set a little slower when the tension's a little lower in the moment.
Only broken once, remember, all tournament. That was against Dardery in the 3rd round.
Another triple-digit second serve. Great volley serve. Just the full length of the box there, here's Alcarez.
Senses his moment perhaps here to try and steal some of the impetus, something he hasn't had a whole lot of here early on. Almost an hour on the clock. Djokovic with his first look at a break point.
Please.
Not once, but twice. A little bit of hogwarts stuff from Djokovic
Second
to
set.
stay in the rally.
And a break of serve earned by Novak in that last point, but given in many ways by Alcaraz with 4 unforced errors.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The lower ball were on their feet after that rally.
The narrative coming into this match, as we discussed, was the dearth of unforced errors really
Thank you,
from
sir. Thank you.
Alcaraz. And of course in this matchup, 18 so far, which is about the number he's had for the majority of his total matches in the last couple of rounds.
Djokovic has been beaten in the semifinals 3 times this year. Oh, sorry. Yeah, by Zverev initially, and then Sinner in the last 2. When the draw came out, you have to believe that Novak was happy to be in Alcaraz's half and not Sinner's. Sinner has beaten him the last 5 times. He has a better record against Alcaraz, and a lot of that has to do with Alcaraz's inconsistency within the course of matches and Djokovic's ability to capitalize, and Sinner simply is stingier than that. That's been the storyline in the last couple of years. Djokovic's guile is as important as anything else he brings to this match.
Crucially, he's won 12 of the first 16 points.
Djokovic leads by
played
3
in set
games
2.
to love. Second set. First set, Alcaraz. Time.
Yeah, to your point about the semi-final defeats, I was told this morning that no player has ever lost 4 straight semi-finals in a calendar year at the majors. Djokovic has got plenty of records. He won't want that one.
This transition from Alcarez is so quick. I was just admiring the backhand cross, but next thing I turn to my left and he's already a meter inside the service line hitting that volley. thought if Pat Rafter
30 love.
was keeping an eye on that point, he would have enjoyed it. He would have appreciated the discipline to get the eyes down to the level of the ball if you want to be a good volleyer. I don't know if you see it or feel it, but I just get the feeling Novak is not completely committed to his backhand at the moment. It doesn't have that definitive strike to it.
It looks to me like he's worried that if he doesn't hit the right shot, he's going to pay a severe price early. So he just looks stressed on that wing. His backhand, that's the best two-hander that I can recall seeing. I don't know about you guys, but
Djokovic leads by 3 games to 1.
On the board.
Second set.
It's never been his kill shot, though. It's always been the one that uses to set the play up, change direction with it, and then finish with the forehand. But Alcaraz is hitting the ball so big on that running forehand. I think that's making him a little anxious, Robbie.
Yep, good shot. He suffocates you with length with that backhand. A lot of forcing errors.
Not seeing the drop shots come out from either of these guys just yet. But both of those guys have those at their disposal.
Love 15.
I don't think it hasn't necessarily been so far. It's overly physical, has it? We've only had a couple of rallies over 10 shots. Generally, you look at the rally length, it's
Please.
hang on pretty much 4 so far. The reason it hasn't been quite as physical is because of exactly that. We've just had just a few more unforced errors.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
He knew to cover cross court. Djokovic was there before Alcaraz was even making contact, but there was so much sting on the ball he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it just digs into the strings, that heavy topspin. If you don't have a solid wrist, you don't have the feel to take that pace out of it. And that's what happens.
Doesn't help the fact he missed the return. He's bemoaning up towards his corner as Alcaraz, giving them a little bit of the business. of the finish here from the number 2 seed.
Once again, Djokovic anticipates where the pass is going. He's in position, but you can't anticipate this wizardry. Oh my gosh. Insanity. This guy's instincts are outrageous.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Please. Let. Second serve.
So when Novak goes big on a second serve and hits a let, nearly every time he'll go soft with this second serve, more to the body. Let's see if he follows his normal pattern.
First meeting between these two here in New York. Completing a set of majors where they have squared off. It's amazing how technically focused the team has to be with Novak. He demands it. I've honestly never seen a top player who does anything other than focus on gameplay, strategy, tactics in match. But Djokovic for years has been looking to his team and different people in his team for advice on actually how to technically hit the greatest backhand of all time. Yeah,
it's incredible. And wasn't it intriguing to hear Andy Murray talk about how that surprised him when he came into the team as the coach? Djokovic is truly one of one.
Yeah, Goran spoke of that, didn't he, as well? Goran Ivanisevic, who by his own admission was a very different personality as a player. And he spoke about, in many ways, the pressures of being in that environment. Obviously, you have to be on it all the time because of what he demands. And as a result of those demands, he's had the extraordinary success that he has done.
Novak is so buttoned up on every aspect, the technical, but look at his ability to know where the ball's coming. He guesses early where this is going to be because he's all about the analytics as well. They will have studied where Alcaraz hits certain shots from certain parts of the courts, and that gives Novak an upper hand in so many of these passing shots. Some players don't want that information. Some players can't handle having that much input. Novak demands it.
Would you have used it?
I would have loved to have used it. But I'm just fascinated with how it's helped him hide the decline in his movement, which surely is there. He's able to mask it by his anticipation skills, but the anticipation is done by research.
Let first service.
Yeah, Jim referring to the data analytics that is very much now part of the fabric of so many of these top players' teams. Burgeoning teams as well. These top guys carry.
Out. 40 love. Thank you.
Four-time former champion here in New York. As Djokovic finds himself back out in front.
Djokovic leads by 4-3 second set. First set, Alcaraz.
Djokovic's corner. Break a piece in the set. To finish the point with his attention to detail, of course, such was his attention to detail and recovery. He built his own Regenesis pod, didn't he? Which he has travelled the world with, his recovery pod that he invested heavily in. Make sure that post-match he's able to give himself the best chance. Science behind it. Don't ask me to go into it because that's way above my pay grade, but I do know that our good friend Andrea Petkovic had a little go in it in Australia a couple of years ago. She was given a tour.
Novak's done nothing wrong here, but that is genius. The feel. Precise amount of spin.
Out. 40-15.
I think he's frustrated with the return, isn't he? Initially, because he just coughed it up a little short, didn't quite make the space for whatever reason, and
4 games all.
he holds.
Second set.
The legend in the house.
He knew his way around the forecourt, didn't he?
91-92 US Open champ Stefan Edberg with his wife Annette enjoying this one.
Thank you behind the players.
Doesn't look like time has touched him. Well, these next 15, 20 minutes are going to be critical to the direction of this match. Can Djokovic level it? He led 3-love in this set.
Love 15.
Smooth, effortless strike. Testimony to the timing was that he didn't hit it very high over the net, just trusting the change of direction. It's one of the toughest things to do from the cross court to the down the line, but he did it seamlessly.
Djokovic hangs on. Has it wounded him?
27 aggressive shots from the baseline.
15-30.
Denies Alcaraz an extension of the rally. Novak's going to use the crowd noise. He's going to use the serve clock to get some oxygen in and try and extract himself out of a 15-30 perch.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
As he so often does, did Alcaraz.
And for me, Nick, that's the Alcarez of Australia. Just going big too early. I thought the last point, even though he lost it, was much more disciplined. I think he needed another one of those there. Keep working the legs of Novak.
Haven't seen many
40-30.
options for the drop shot for Alcaraz, but he opened the court up. That was the right shot. He makes that many more times than he misses, but that one hurts. Novak all the way back from love 30 to game point.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The players are ready. Yes.
Four successive points for the Serbian, who digs in.
Djokovic leads by 5 games to 4.
Alcaraz, meanwhile, serving to stay in the second.
Please.
Alcaraz continues to be aggressive with that first serve. Average first serve speed is faster than normal. He's 4 clear of Novak. They're both making about the same, but he's been far more effective because of the speed. Novak's 2 inches taller than Carlos, but Carlos jumps higher when he hits his serve, so they actually make contact at the same height. Effectively, Alcaraz serves as tall as Novak. He's got some spring in his legs, a little youthful advantage.
Yeah, the story goes in Spain that actually his dad's not overly tall, Carlos's father, is he? And the story goes that when he was young, they actually took him to the doctors or the physio, whatever it was, and said, listen, can we get a sort of sense of how tall he's going to be? Because we didn't think he was going to grow that much. Ended up, as you're saying, getting to 6 foot, just over, I think. Serbian a long way back behind the baseline. There's Dad running in the middle.
5 games all. Second set.
Playing the game to a decent level without being overly spectacular. And I've sold pretty well this week, I believe. Just using my eyes. And, those around the ground sort of consume.
Thank you.
Honey juice.
Love.
Chase got a feeling you kind of sensed it was coming, didn't you? And he still had the wheels to track it down.
Thank you.
Well, the fans are loving and respecting the effort, Nick. Chance of no land again.
love.
It's indeed the early change of direction in the rally coming from the serve.
Wait, please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready.
They found a way past this guy. Fabulous control.
15 love.
On 11 of the 15 points. There's Eric Butarek, who's in a fairly prominent role to play here these days.
There was Clay Snipeman, who was a physio, who was standing by. And one of the tournament doctors from in a blue shirt also awaiting the end of the set.
Love.
That felt pacey. I don't know where 128 stacks up on his quickest serve so far in this match, but felt like it might be the quickest. And that breeze I was talking about, Nick and JC, it's at the back of Carlos.
Let second service. Receives one additional video review.
Ferrero's look is one that says go in for the kill. Tommy Haas. There are many greats in the crowd.
So how does Djokovic attack this tiebreaker? We know Alcaraz is going to attack at any moment he's given an opening. Djokovic historically, he locks it down. Goes mining for unforced errors, but this season has been off in the tiebreakers for him. Alcaraz is having a great year in these moments. Djokovic is the best there's ever been in tiebreakers, but not in 2025. So what does he do? He goes on the attack and gets the serve taken immediately.
1-0 Alcarez.
For me, just watching Novak play today, that backhand has not been as rock solid as it usually is, and that's my concern when his game comes under the microscope now, because each unforced error is magnified in a tie-break.
Yeah, and I have to question the decision there to serve and volley. Have not seen that. That's not a patent play for him. And he's put himself behind. That was a great return from Carlos. He's just nuking it.
desperate.
2-0.
Sure smells like it.
Alcaraz.
What do you think?
Hard to disagree.
This is a guy who went through Wimbledon a few years back without making a single unforced error in tiebreaks.
Please.
He's still got it. Just about.
Well, the essence of tennis excellence right here. The problem solving. The soft skills. The preciseness of the lob is what does the damage. Drawing on this New York crowd energy. That's what he needs right now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And that was more the lockdown mode that he's lived on his whole career. Patience paid off.
Alcaraz knew that big second was coming to his forehand. He was ready for it, wasn't he?
He was. He took advantage of a short ball, got in, gets the mini break back, and the more that I think about it, guys, the more I think Djokovic's early desire to play quick points is the ultimate sign of respect to what Alcaraz can deliver. Djokovic is fearful of that. I haven't seen much of that in his career. And it was going to be another serve and volley. He just doesn't trust that he can hang with Alcaraz in these exchanges.
And that backhand's been off. Absolutely, Jim, it's been off. Very first service game, missed a couple of easy backhands, middle of the court, just has not been able to recalibrate it. The feel on the drop shot wasn't even close. It's so unlike him.
Please.
That's a minor reprieve though. Something of a let-off. There was a lot of space for Alcaraz to operate there with, wasn't there? Alcaraz went early to the dropper. Djokovic was on his way.
4-3 Alcaraz.
champagne tennis. Once again, it's the soft skills that are off the chart.
But the whole tiebreaker is a box of chocolates. Everything is on display here. Alcaraz puts his fist in the air as he gets a little help from the GOAT.
Alcaraz.
This crowd has been so pro-Nole, but he's going to try and pull him his way. Jimmy Connors, he likes this kind of energy.
Please.
Just yet. This man may be somewhat blooded, but he's hanging tough. Alcaraz will just give himself a little bit more time.
Djokovic's team just telling him on a second serve to go deep on the return. He's a little deeper for the first as well here.
Please.
Pace and accuracy too much though. 131-mile-an-hour serve. Gives Alcaraz 2 set points.
That just shy of his quickest of the day.
Thank you.
Himself on the doorstep of another US Open final. He leads the first semi-final by 2 sets to love.
love.
See the treatment on his neck on the change of ends, but not a medical timeout. The pain of having a 3-love lead in the set and losing it probably greater than whatever he's experiencing in the neck. Certainly had his chances there. going to be interesting to see how much the crowd tries to lift him as Alcaraz lost track of the score, was getting ready to serve into the empty ad court. Probably could have gotten an ace. Wouldn't have counted for much.
The apology comes because the forehand he struck was a complete missing.
40-15.
And it left this man rather stranded.
Ball.
'Game Alcaraz.
The backhand return against the
First
Alcaraz
game,
second
set,
serve
set.
continues to trouble Djokovic. Can't believe still that he missed that return on set point down, guys.
I think there's too many times where he's feeling it out. And similarly on the return of serve, the strike doesn't have the cleanliness
15 love.
that we're used to seeing from him.
Ball.
15-all.
Beautiful combination. The ability again just to take the pace out of the ball. Djokovic didn't have too many options here. Couldn't get there to put the second hand on, and there was curtains thereafter.
It's been tough sledding for Novak when he's been in this position in semifinals at majors. Down 2 sets to love. 9 times that's happened to him in the past. Only 1 time has he escaped it with a win. That's the bad news. The good news is it was on this very court. He's playing a guy named Federer. Mostly remembered about that match was the shot that he hit on a return of serve. Federer was serving for the match in 5th set.
Yep.
But he was down 2 sets to love and had to fight hard just to get back there. And then he hit that ridiculous forehand winner.
Yep.
And went on to take it.
It's been replayed a few times over the years, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be calling that one back if I were Novak right about now.
40-30.
Save a match point and go on to win this whole thing. But you're right, Jim. I keep forgetting he was down 2 sets to love. Remember that forehand cross court. 40-15 and Roger's serve, hey?
Definitely not forgetting Sinner having match point against Alcaraz in the quarterfinals the year that Alcaraz broke free and won his first major.
Game.
Might see that match again in the final next Sunday. We'll see. This man wants to do everything he can to change that narrative.
1 game all. Third set.
And the narrative will be at the end of this tournament, if he does lose, that he remains the 3rd best player in the world right now. And yet, this year, obviously, bridging a 16-year age gap between 2 guys that are playing arguably at the peak of their powers has been just a step too far. And it's not going to get a whole lot easier in 2026 if he decides to continue.
Alcaraz is in his prime. He is off and running. This guy's prime has extended far longer than you could have really ever imagined was possible. Since turning 35, he's done what Alcaraz will try and do when he goes to Australia. He's completed the career slam. Won all 4 majors since turning 35. It's just theater of the absurd. And I'm old enough to remember when Jimmy Connors, that man, turned 39 in the US Open and made his takeover of this tournament possible, making it all the way to the semifinals. But he was coming back from wrist surgeries. He hadn't been a factor. It was thought to be the last time we'd see someone of that age make a run here because the game was just getting too fast. Well, that was 30 years ago, basically.
30-15.
Djokovic is getting his flowers from the fans here today, and he deserves every bit of them. Yeah. But it's only going to be with a little bit of distance from his career that it's going to be fully appreciated. Might never see him play on this court again. We'll see.
Still there right now at this stage as we sit here in early September, but it reflects at the end of the year. Time will tell. This man will want to try and land a knockout blow sooner rather than later, you would imagine. Look at it, didn't he? Chose the more complex of options. Hasn't been an abundance of those. In fact, just 5 in total today. Major of his career. A 53rd semi-final of those 80 that he has contested. So often bring up the players that he's beaten in major finals, don't we, as well? And just the abundance of top 5 opposition that he beat to win his majors consistently. The 24 that, of course, he has when you look at it.
just a reminder of one of those that we actually discussed off air.
15-all.
When he beat Juan Martin Del Potro, I keep forgetting about the fact that Del Potro made a second US Open final and that he lost to Djokovic on this court.
Yeah, 19 of the 24 majors he's won. He's beaten top 5 opposition in the final.
Out. 15-30.
Bullied his way into the conversation in the greatest generation in men's tennis history. Became the leading man. He has himself a situation right now, though, at 15-30 with a member of the new two who have swooped in and swept all the majors the last 2 years. Oh boy.
15-40.
Mayday, mayday.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
He's on the precipice here.
Hey guys, I don't know exactly because we're not in his body, but the serve speeds are dropping in this game, and he's serving and volleying, and perhaps whatever's troubling him in the neck area is impeding him, because it's not with the same vigor we saw in the second set. That was better. That was not.
Game.
And that might be fatal. The spirit
Alcaraz
looks rather
leads by
dimmed.
3-1. Third set.
USOpen.org will keep you up to date with everything going on here. Do give us a follow on all the social channels.
Thank you, ladies and
We head
gentlemen.
into
Players are
championship
ready.
weekend over the next 48 hours or so. Everything at stake. Alcaraz may well go into the final. He was the first man in a decade to reach it without dropping a set. Roger Federer in 2015 was the last man to do that. Here, of course, Djokovic beat him in the final.
He's compromised. The body's failing, and this is not pretty to watch. I'm not sure it would have made much of a difference in any case, given how well Alcaraz has played in this tournament. But Djokovic not able to move at the moment. Not sliding into the two-handed backhand, not chasing the forehand to the open court. This looks like a processional now.
Yeah, time is a thief, Jimmy. He is not subtle.
40-15.
He is a thug. And when it catches up with you, it catches up quickly.
I think we're about to get into the career appreciation moment with the crowd, trying to help him and just shower him with love, because it's not going to be a lot of good feelings for Novak with the shots.
Yeah, this match is a contest. Does not have a whole lot left in it. Alcaraz romping home here, 4-1.
And there's a long way to go, but you're right. They are tracking, both he and Sinner are tracking to greatness. And for the last 2 seasons, they're the only ones who have gotten the big hardware. They're not sharing it with a third person the way that Novak and Roger and Rafa did, and certainly Murray and Wawrinka got in the conversation as well.
Yeah.
Right at the moment, it's a duopoly at the top.
Contending with. A man who can pretty much do anything.
And here's also where the lessons, the painful lessons learned by Alcaraz in Australia will help him. He will not let up or look too much at Novak now that Novak's movement is compromised, because that was costly in Australia. Alcaraz had a set lead. Novak got injured, could barely move for a while. And Alcaraz's level dipped. Don't expect that here. This is a good game, though, from Novak, getting some good help with his serve.
Jim, you were 21, of course, when you ended Jimmy's run as a 39-year-old here. Your emotions that day?
Relief. Should be finishing off, which looks likely. He'll feel relief too. This will be the first time he's ever beaten Novak on a hard court.
Alcaraz leads by 4-2, third set.
And he'll feel fresh because he'll not drop the set most likely. But then he'll turn his attention to the possible rematch of the Roland Garros and Wimbledon final. We're not there yet. And Alcaraz is serving at 4-2, and this crowd's going to try and give some wind into Djokovic's sails for sure.
It's only ever happened 3 times that 2 men have squared off in 3 straight major finals. Novak and Rafa, Emerson and Stolly, and Laver and Emerson, for those wondering. Was
30 love.
3 different occasions. Of course, we'll also have a scenario here if Jannik Sinner wins, and certainly no disrespect to Felix Auger-Aliassime this evening. We will also have 4 straight majors where one plays 2 in the final.
That forehand had some horsepower. And Just in contact with the ball.
Dropping the hammer
Alcaraz.
and showing no mercy. He is on the cusp
Alcaraz leads by
of a
5 games to 2.
return to the U. He's been able to keep a man 16 years his junior.
Thank you.
Serving though to stay in it.
Serve.
15. Out. 15-all. Fifteen 30.
Serve.
15-40.
Two match points for the Spaniard.
Game, match, Alcaraz.
It's Carlos Alcaraz that will make a return to the US Open final.
Always classy in defeat is Novak. But Alcaraz, once he got that second set tiebreaker, it was over. And he's got a little something for Sergio Garcia. His celebration this tournament has been golf focused, as has his days off. Expect more golf tomorrow for him. But there'll be a monumental match awaiting him come Sunday here in New York.